Hi everybody, this is Darcy. I am in Scarborough and I'm going over the stereo system in Scarborough. I'm going to email this video to all of you, hopefully clearing up any problems that we're having with the stereo system. Let me just shut the whole thing off. And the first thing you need to do when you come in, scooting down here, you will come down to, there's an orange button underneath this piece of paper. You need to press the orange button on. That should light everything up. Some people turn on and off a switch at the very bottom, at the very base of the cabinet on the left-hand side, and I'm going to pan down so that you can see that knob or that toggle switch. It's way down here at the very bottom. It's got a yellow smiley face on it. If you will just leave that alone and leave that on, it should never need to be turned off. When you're done with the stereo in Scarborough, all you'll need to do is power off this orange switch. That's the only button you need to do for on and off. The reason I put a yellow smiley face on this toggle switch down here was because sometimes people would shut it off, and if it is off, obviously things don't work, so you may need to turn that on. Ideally, the only button you need to press to power it on is the orange button. Once that's done, please don't ever touch any of these knobs down here anymore. Everything is adjusted just as it needs to be until people start messing with them, and then they need to be readjusted. So if you'll just leave these buttons down here alone, these knobs, don't touch that. That's why they have red stickers. Don't touch those buttons at all, those knobs at all. Come up here. Let's see, let's start at the top. If you're using a CD, this toggle switch needs to be over to CD1 to the left. Otherwise, if you're using an iPod, you'll toggle it to the right. The knob below that is the gain. If we'll just leave that at 12 o'clock, pointing directly up to 12 o'clock, nobody needs to touch that. It does have a yellow smiley face. You can touch it if somebody has turned it to something other than 12 o'clock, but if we would all just leave it alone at 12 o'clock, everything would be fine. The knob next to it is the DJ mic. That knob only needs to be turned maybe a quarter of the way up, so the should be pointing maybe to 9 o'clock. I mean, obviously you can turn it higher if you need to, but in my usage, I've only needed to turn it to about 9 o'clock. So that's the button that you will use to control microphone volume. Below that is a slide lever. Going up raises the volume for both music and microphone. Lowering it down obviously lowers the volume. So that really is your volume for music, especially, because I'd like you to leave this one alone and then adjust your music volume as you need to using this. And actually, I'm not sure that actually affects the microphone volume a whole lot. It does raise it up a little bit, but mostly the microphone volume is controlled by the DJ mic knob. So this up-down controls the music volume. The other thing you would need to be aware of, obviously you can adjust these, the high, the mid-level, and the low for bass, treble, however you want, but usually if we leave them right about noon, they seem to work pretty fine, and then you can adjust for personal preference. The other knob is the master level, and again, if we'll just leave this at noon, then everything is fine, and you only use this to adjust the volume for the music. Next to the whole thing, if you're using a CD, obviously you open it using this open close button. You don't need to touch anything else unless you're moving ahead or back with a track. Or if you need to adjust the pitch, although I adjust the pitch down here with this, and I leave it in the center to leave the pitch alone. You move it up or down as you may need to adjust for CD. The play switch obviously here, but you really don't need to touch anything else. The other thing is this toggle, If we'll all just leave it to the left because this is the side that everyone uses, then everything should be fine. So leaving it to the left. If it is over here to the right, it would be playing this side of the system. This side of the system doesn't work for iPod anymore, so keep it to the left. If we'll all just use the left side of the system, everything should be fine. That's really it. So again, just really quickly, to adjust the volume, all you need to do is this, up or down. Microphone volume, the DJ mic button. Leave the gain at 12 o'clock. Leave the master level at 12 o'clock. Leave the pitch in the middle. Leave the, this one says channel 1 and channel 2. Leave this to the left. And don't touch any of these buttons down here, and everything should be fine. And when you leave, all you need to do is turn this off and walk away. The other thing is the microphone. Obviously, please plug in the batteries, and they go down here. This one, I think, needs to be replaced because it's not charging, but the light needs to be lit up. If the light's not lit, the battery isn't plugged in, and the next teacher who comes in is going to have a dead battery. So if we can just make sure that when you plug it in, makes a snug connection, the red light is on, so that means the battery is charging. And then just please put the microphone, transmitter, and headphone back in the cabinet, in the filing cabinet in the top drawer. Just put it in. Really lightly you'll wrap the cord around, so don't overwrap this, and then that goes in the drawer as well. And make sure you write down your numbers on the sheet. Okay, so I'm going to forward this to all of you, and hopefully this will help. If you do have any questions, be sure to give me a call or email me. Okay, thanks.